Welcome to your Veterinary Professional on-demand course, where you will find the means to increase your team development, elevate professionalism, and cultivate well-being. The diverse team at Catalyst Veterinary Professional Coaches is here to assist you along the way. In addition to our core members, we have connections to many other people and services to assist you in whatever you need. Let's get started. Thank you for signing up for the Catalyst Vet PCs module, Filling in the Gap using a SMART goal format. We will provide step-by-step instructions on completing these worksheets. It's not as easy as it first appears. Plus, we will incorporate SMART goals into other courses, as it has huge potential in application. Why utilize this Catalyst Vet PC module? To make your goals a reality. An overview of this module includes an introduction, gap analysis, SMART goal introduction, and then walking through a specific example. There are a variety of projects that are just waiting to be completed. You probably have a whole list or a whole stack sitting on your desk. Sometimes they just appear to be too overwhelming, and the more people that are involved, the more complicated it seems. By breaking large projects down into bite-sized pieces and identifying the components, you can more easily bring them to fruition. In order to complete a project, no matter how big or small, there has to be a first step, and that's where these tools can help you. The process of gap analysis and SMART goals initially seems really easy. However, when you actually start putting a pen to paper, many people have difficulties in knowing what to do. We understand this because we have watched people struggle over the years during in-person workshops. This presentation will walk through one example from start to finish in order to show you the process. Then you'll be able to plug in your specific tasks and take that first step to completion. Let's first look at the gap. It doesn't matter the size of the project. It's important to identify where you currently are sitting in the project and where you want to be or when you consider it complete. This is an important first step. For this course, our example will be an unproductive team meeting. This seems to be a common theme in many vet hospitals. We're going to look at where we want to be first, what's our ideal culture for a team meeting. We want consistent meeting times and durations. We want an agenda so that we can follow it, thus staying on point during our meeting. And we want to give it to all of our attendees prior to the meeting. If people can't be at the meetings, then they need to access the notes after the meetings. We want to schedule our medical exams around the meeting so that hopefully we don't have any interruptions, or we'll at least minimize them. Then also we want to design the break room so that it accommodates these meetings and makes them enjoyable and not distracting. Now let's look at where we currently are. Right now, there's no set time frames. We don't know when we're going to have these meetings and how long they're going to be. We certainly don't have an agenda or follow-up notes. And we're competing with the exams and the procedures. People are coming in and out during the meeting, and the location is not effective at all. In fact, it's very distracting. Our first step is to take an overview of the situation, the big picture, and break it into easy to digest action steps. Find the gap worksheet, which is provided in the materials section, and fill in what we just talked about, where you are and where you want to be. Use as many action steps as needed to obtain the end goal. You'll also want to add a time frame to the overall project. This facilitates keeping everyone on task. This worksheet tool helps take a close look at the project so that it can be broken into all the little steps necessary. The more steps you can break out, the easier it will be, as each action item will be a smaller set of tasks. In this case, we just have 4. However, if we thought about it longer, we probably could identify more. From this gap analysis, each action item can then be delineated into a SMART goal using a worksheet, also available in the Materials tab. the item can be further broken down into tangible parts. The example we are going to use is the agenda and follow-up notes. Let's first define the parts of the SMART goal worksheet before we look at our example. While there are variations of what each letter actually stands for, all are similar. This is the worksheet Catalyst Vet PC has tweaked and has been using recently. The S stands for specific. This is where you identify the action item and really define it so everyone knows what needs to be accomplished. The M is for measured. If you can't measure it, you're not going to know when you're done with it. Also, by identifying the starting point and the end point, you can determine progress. We like identifying two separate A's. The first one is accountability. Someone has to be in charge. If it's someone will do it, I have yet to meet anyone who is named someone. You have to identify a specific person. It doesn't mean that person does it all. It just means that person is accountable for getting it done. The second A is for actionable. Having some defined steps that will help jumpstart the project and provide stepping stones for completion. Obviously, these steps can be adjusted as the project is worked on. It just helps to initially think of what is needed to get moving forward. Then there is realistic. Is this project actually needed? Also, can we actually complete it? Or is it so bizarre that we will never get to the end of it? It doesn't feel good if we don't have an endpoint. Also, identifying resources required will be helpful in identifying any roadblocks or assisting with time frames. There may be other action items that need to be done first before this one can be completed. Which brings us to timely. We have to set deadlines. We know life gets in the way, and it's too easy to put things off if you don't have a hard set deadline. Finally, and this is very important, we have to celebrate our success. This isn't done often enough. People should be recognized and rejoice when they have accomplished something, whether big or small. Celebrating does not have to be huge or expensive, but it does have to be recognized. All right, so let's look at our specific example of not having an agenda and follow-up meeting notes. The specific title should be easy to understand. As soon as people talk about it, the specific goal that you're looking at, they know exactly what you're talking about. In this case, we're going to call it Creating an Agenda and Notes for Staff Meetings. Measured. We want to go from having verbal statements and no notes to pre-meeting agendas and meeting notes captured in electronic form, like a Word document. Then we're going to save it in a shared drive so that everyone can access it, and they're going to know where it is. It's very tangible and very specific. Accountable. Who's going to take care of this? We're going to assign this to the practice manager. She's going to be primary. The practice manager gets to take vacations every now and then, and there's that occasional getting sick that's horrible. So we need someone else as a backup. Well, Donna can assign that person. She'll know who she wants to work with, and she'll set a backup, but that's up for her. For actionable, Donna will start out by contacting the doctors, Dr. Smith, Dr. McCoy, and Dr. Wadsworth. She's going to touch base with Jen, the head technician, and Henry, who is the CRS lead. She's going to gather the agenda items on Monday prior to the meeting on Thursday, and this will be available to everyone by Wednesday. She'll take notes during the meeting, and she'll put them in a folder on the shared drive by the following Monday. Now, how realistic is this? Are people going to really check the agenda and get the agenda? Well, she's going to have to set up an email reminder system for everyone involved. The doctors may need reminding to get their information to her for the agenda, and she may need to contact the people who can't attend the meeting and remind them that there are follow-up notes. There may need some additional reminders at the beginning until people get into the habit, because it does take time. Once they are in the habit, she can probably back off on the email reminders. In addition, she may need to make sure everyone can access the shared drive and that it has a storage capacity for the additional materials. Finally, timely. The more specific the dates, the better people can plan on when to accomplish tasks. Obviously, they may have to be adjusted due to circumstances, but this is a good starting point. In this example, we're going to get started on the Monday before the staff meeting on Thursday, May 9th. You can go as far as to set times as well, like in the beginning of the day or the end of the day. This way, Donna and the veterinarians have very specific time frames. This may or may not work. The point is to be as specific as you can, and it will just help you along the way. Back to our example, the completed date is defined as 3 consecutive meetings, or after the meeting on July 11th. This is so adjustments can be made to the process when issues arise. This goal is actually an ongoing task. It's not going to stop after 3 meetings. However, within 3 months, the overall working scenario will be established and in place for moving forward. And then the SMART goal won't be needed anymore. Then to celebrate. After 3 agendas and follow-up notes are completed, we're going to bring in coffee and donuts to the next meeting. A final announcement will be made as to how the process is working and what people can expect moving forward. By celebrating, it also keeps motivation and it provides a sense of accomplishment. You can have a small celebration for the action steps, and then maybe one big, large celebration when the overall goal is attained. Remember, this is just one part of the overall goal of having more consistent staff meetings. There is also a place for other, in case other additional steps needed to be added. In this case, once the system is in place, 2 additional people will be trained as backups for Donna. In summary, no matter the size of the project, when you identify the gap of where you currently are and where you want to be, it's an important first step. Rather than just seeing that huge, daunting, overwhelming task that's going to swallow you alive, use that SMART goal worksheet. Identify the smaller tasks, break it up, and then make it very specific and outline it. Again, this is only one example. You can apply this gap analysis to any project and then SMART goal worksheets to any situation. This is one way to start managing your tasks and completing those projects today. The value of having all of this is that you're no longer just talking about something, you're actually doing something about it. This leads to a stronger culture, greater participation by seeing outcomes, increased unity by celebrating accomplishments, and many other tangible benefits. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this presentation and obtained a gem or 2 or more to use. If you have any questions or if you'd like to share any of your thoughts or ideas with us, please contact us at getcatalyst@catalyst.pc.com. View our table of contents page for additional courses. If there's a particular topic you'd like to see that isn't there, please let us know. Or better yet, let's sit down over a cup of coffee and discuss how we can assist you in reaching your highest potential. Visit our website to view additional resources that are available to you. Some ideas include workshops, either in person or virtual, or other projects such as strategic planning, employee handbooks, or assistance in hiring. All are customized to fit your specific needs. Thank you for taking the time and energy to enhance your skill sets. Catalyst Vet PC cares about and understands veterinary teams. We are here for your team development, to elevate your professionalism, and to cultivate you and your team's well-being.